So anime is a genre of Japanese animation. It's an absolutely huge industry and it's growing larger to this day. Obviously most anime, if not all anime, is beautiful, with some shining above some others.
So pretty.
But how does anime even get created? Like, who draws it and how do they color it? It seems like a really tough job. Don't worry.
Yeah, I really always wondered how they were done. I have this dream of making an anime. I've been thinking about the story for a while. Yeah, I wanted to learn more about it.
I'll explain everything in this video. And don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy. Anyways, let's get into it. The process of animating anime is definitely a process. It's one of the harder, if not hardest.
Yeah, because before, I guess they weren't digital. Now they're digital. I wonder if that made it faster. How many people are working in anime? How many people are working in a manga too? That's also one thing I'm wondering about.
Forms of animation in the world. Simply put, Japanese animators have a lot of talent. Comparing American cartoons to anime lets you know what I'm getting at. The very beginning of the animation process starts with everything but the actual animating part. The anime production company like Viz Media or Toho Animation will put up money for the initial animating process. They'll also take care of the costs that come from airing the show and distributing it to other countries. The actual animation studio will...
No, absolutely snow and surf. I was gonna say snow and turf. Yeah, no, absolutely, I agree with you. Digital makes anime and manga a lot faster because there's no manual painting. It's like what, paint bucket tool? I will use this shade of gray.
Will do the animating, obviously, along with paying staff and some other requirements beforehand. The studio and producers will assemble their team and get to work. Teams in anime typically consist of full-time employees or freelance animators and a...
I gotta say, working on my lore animation video, I didn't know it would entail so much work, and it was, what, a 2-minute animation that we did? And it almost didn't even arrive on time. So it was a lot of decisions that I had to take. I kind of like didn't expect the amount of work it would require, not gonna lie. But I've learned a lot from it. Oi, you! Yeah, you! Hi! If you're not subscribed to my second channel, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So take a moment, press the like button, press the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell on. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now let's get back into the video.
A few full-timers. You've probably heard of storyboarding. This is usually the first step in creating an anime. The director and some other people who specialize in storyboarding will put it all...
It's crazy because storyboarders in animes, it seems like they don't earn that much, but I've talked to a video director and he said that storyboarders for like advertising or like movies or TV shows, they are extremely well paid. So if some of you draw well here, I think you know what to do. Try to get one of those jobs.
Together, and scriptwriters will create the script. More times than not, the studio will start animating way before the entire storyboard is done for a set episode. Just
That's crazy.
Animation's hard and it's time consuming. There will be many...
Yeah, they made us do that too. And I didn't really like that for my lore animation video. They started animating even though the whole storyboard wasn't ready. And I was like... Because they were like, we're short on time, so we need to do this. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not the professional here, so you do you. But I was like, that makes it so you can't see the full story together. So you don't know if it's going to be fluid, if it's going to be seamless. So it can lead to some errors. But it seems like animes, they're always under such short deadlines.
Rough sketches and other drawings before the animation's finalized that directors and other specialists will look over. They'll decide how the camera moves through a given scene and where the characters need to be positioned. Once that's all said and done, key animators will start drawing the characters with other younger animators filling in the gaps between keys by drawing the movement. Basically, a key animation is the drawing that sits on the screen, which is an important one because we take a lot of time looking at this. The newer animators draw the movement because we see these frames for a lot less time, so the quality doesn't really mean as much. There are some scenes...
Bro, there is legit... I was rewatching Naruto a few months ago, and there's legit like this scene where Naruto and Sasuke are dueling, I think for the first time. And that scene is like drawn like it's 2 bits quality. It was the most flat colors, simplest shapes ever. Like you could tell the quality really went down for these scenes because it was so resource intensive because of all the movement it required.
Scenes in anime that probably use key animators drawing all the sequences just because every frame is important. The whole animating process is definitely the longest out of everything that goes into creating an anime. For some smaller studios, or for studios with newer animators, they could see many nights where employees sleep over at the building.
That's
Even
crazy.
with larger companies that animate, this concept is not foreign. Animating is ridiculously hard.
I'm totally against that. Like, I'm totally against corporations. I hate that about 9-to-5 job. I have a lot of friends that work 9 to 5. They work overtime and they don't get paid overtime. Like, I get that it's a thing with freelancing. That's something we've always had to deal with. But why is it a thing with corporate office jobs? It's so annoying that it's the norm. It's the norm. You can't even complain about it. It's just expected from you. You get your annual salary. And it doesn't matter if you've worked 30% more than that, double the amount, doesn't matter.
If you watch a beautiful anime, just remember how hard the animators worked on it. Back in the day, special background artists would watercolor paint the backgrounds for anime on an actual sheet of paper, but newer shows will usually digitally create their background with maybe a few exceptions. All drawing in anime gets revised before production and color, just to ensure quality and frame consistency. After the drawings are finalized and revised, color artists from a studio's coloring team digitalize, color, and clean up the animation. The process of coloring frames in anime proves to be a difficult task, much like animating the actual anime. They'll fill in the black, then skin, clothes, hair, eyes, then shade the whole character, and this process is repeated a lot. I'm sure they have ways to digitally color in an easier way that helps make it less monotonous. Once everything's animated and colored, an effects team will take hold of the anime and add little things that make a lot of difference in the end, like the shining of a sword or smoke on a cigar. The voice actors will then do their work, which can take a long time, but is probably—
Wait, I thought the voice acting was done first. I heard the voice acting was done first.
the most fun part in producing anime. And after everything is revised and revised again and finalized, they'll set up a date for broadcast if said anime is airing on TV, or they'll just say a release date wherever it's being shown. Some animes and anime movies can take years to make, just depending on what the anime is and the requirements for animation quality. Animators have a really tough job, but they're creating some of the best works in history, so I hope all the work is worth what they get.
It's never done first for 2D stuff. VA is mostly done first. They're using motion capture. For my lore animation video, they made me do the VA first. Yeah, but dubbing is... They said it was easier for them to sync the drawings to me instead of making it and then adjusting it to the voice.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. That's a basic understanding of the animation process. Leave a comment, and as always, thanks for watching.
Thank you, Kuro. Whoops, I didn't mean to click on...
Crunchyroll's receiving record-breaking...
But yeah, this is how anime is animated. Thank you for the video, Sayora.